Hello everybody, I'm Serta and welcome back to Captain of Industry. I did a lot between episodes. Not a lot of change down on this side, although we don't need this rubber production anymore. We are good on rubber. Power is still good, so we don't have to do anything there, although I will be able to do some upgrading on this little power system that we've got here. Also changed the layout of the water pumps in this area and added an extra one. It seems to be working pretty well, and the water resource is still completely replenishing, so no issues there. We needed more people, so I added to the city, and I haven't upgraded, and the reason I haven't upgraded is because to do the upgrade, you actually need construction parts too, which was a big problem. It's still producing a little slowly, but I have stock, and I have increased the storage, so we can do some stuff with it. But in the meantime, I'm quite happy to just do these container homes. They work okay. We are hovering with Unity. I'm up to 100 cap on Unity, but yeah, very low on actual Unity production, considering that I'm not doing any edicts right now. And the reason we're low is probably because of the health. And that's a big issue that we need to take care of today. We are producing a lot of pollution. Pollution going into the sea. Hold on, let's play so we can see. And pollution going into the air. So we've got the sour water draining, we have the light oil burning off. We need to do something with that so that we don't have that pollution, because the people are going to get sick and we don't have medication. Not yet anyway. I upgraded this dock, so it added a couple more places, and I have put this one on over here so that we can get some sulfur in. We don't need a lot of it, so one port is okay. I did a lot of battles. If we have a look at the map, there are no pirates visible. Yeah, I took them all out, but I also found a couple of things. So we have potentially a coal mine down here. That needs 50 people. I also found wheat seeds, and I found soybean seeds out in the wild. There's also another cargo ship out here. So it went pretty well. We obviously need to explore some more. But most of the work went into our little crew over here. Now you'll see that these are different looking vehicles. The reason for that is because I got this facility going. Now don't worry about this little building. This will get removed. I just needed there to recover vehicles. But this is the building that we're using to make vehicles. And the nice thing is you could just upgrade a vehicle. So if I click on this guy, I can, obviously he's a truck and I'd like to upgrade him to a truck, and I can just click on that button and it will start building the truck in here. And then once it's built, the other one will come in, get dismantled, and the new one will come out. So that's a really nice way of doing it. You can upgrade. You can also automatically upgrade by going to vehicles and then setting a number under this button, vehicle upgrader. And I have a few going at the moment. I've selected truck to truck. So pickup to truck, and then I can set a limit of, I don't know, however many I want. And then I can say I want it to happen in vehicle depot 2. And then I can choose, okay, do I want the unassigned? Do I want the ones assigned to the tree harvester? So you can set all of those filters and then just let it go. Let them go. But remember, it does use diesel, and I ran out of diesel because of it. Anyway, I'm back now. Everything got stabilized. And because I had the new trucks and everything was stable, I started doing some earthworks. So this area here has been leveled out, and these guys move mountains, literally. I'm making myself a whole bunch more space out here. I have a big dumping zone, and there's going to be a plan for this. That involves moving a dock. We will get there. And I'm probably going to be doing a lot more cutting back in this area and then down over here as well, so that I have space to do stuff on the other side of the road. Eventually, all of these mountains over here will be flattened. I also got another Earthworks crew up top. They are busy flattening this area out in preparation for a bit of a farming area. I've put a retaining wall down over here to stop the spillover of the soil that's being dumped here. You'll see that different materials have different fall slopes. So the soil sort of falls at a wide angle. Rock is a little bit more stable and creates more like cliffs. You'll see the ore does that as well, because it's mixed in with rocks. So we've got a ramp going up here, and then I'm going to have another ramp. It's almost finished up in this area. We are going to have a problem with coal eventually, because we are running out unless I dig, which I might do. This could be a good coal pit. There is some more coal underground still. As far as the oil goes, I did build a second setup to connect to this first setup, but I paused it. And the reason for that is because each of these distillation stage 1s takes 60 crude oil. Now my pipe is good enough to handle 200, so that's not too much of a problem. I could actually set up a third one to keep going, but that isn't where the issue lies. The issue lies at the oil rig. So if we go into the map, our oil rig, when I originally set it up, was only set up to produce 60 barrels per minute. I've had to upgrade that. That means that we doubled the number of people. There were 36. That's up to 72 now to get that to 120. And that is enough to run what is currently unpaused over here. And we need to get to doing some cracking. We need to get sulfur sorted out. I have a bunch of people, so that won't be an issue. This temporary little rubber plant here is going to move because it is going to be in the way. There's stuff I want to do out here, and I might have to move my water infrastructure away from here because there will be more things coming in here, including distillation phase 3 and some other machines. Anyway, on the map, I have the sulfur mine ready. That's going to produce 108 per 60 minutes of sulfur. We don't actually need a heck of a lot, so I might drop that down. That'll reduce the number of people that I need. Oh wait, I thought that was paused. Maybe it isn't. Nah, we'll leave it at the max, it's fine. They only use 24 people, and then we're going to need to get the coal mine set up. I have already done the upgrade. This will produce 96 coal per minute, and there is an estimated 1.5 million coal available at that mine. I have also increased my reputation with a few people, so there's more products available, and this guy's done as well, and that has allowed me to make glass by selling the construction parts 3, or rather trade for glass. And I haven't done a reputation increase on this guy yet. No need for it. So yes, glass. Now we are going to set up a glass facility in this episode, but I needed glass, and look at that, that's finished. So I can go to the map because I have a lot of construction parts 3. They're expensive, but I can just buy that twice. And 20 construction parts 3 gives me 40 glass, so that's an extra 80 glass in here. That means that I can carry on upgrading, because the construction parts 2 takes the construction parts 1 plus a couple other things, including glass. Anyway, that's enough babbling about what has happened. We've got a lot to do, so let's get stuck in. So before I go on, let's just have a look at the setup. Now, this is a blueprint that I made previously. I don't know if everything's going to work the same, but so far so good. This process for the vehicle parts 1, that used iron before, and I had an iron box here, so that has changed. There's no longer iron required over here, and we are making 8 vehicle parts 1 every 60 seconds. That feeds into this assembler over here that takes steel and glass as well as the vehicle parts 1. Takes the 8 vehicle parts that I'm making and turns them into vehicle parts 2, which allows me to then plug all of that in over here. And I've got an overflow box for when this isn't actually being used. And that overflow box will hold the vehicle parts 2, and later on they will feed into the vehicle parts 3 and stop feeding into this facility once the vehicle parts 3 are available. Or maybe I'll do both. I can't remember what these boxes are for, but we'll figure it out when we get there. Then over here we got the rubber and the fuel, because if we go in here, you'll see that if we want to build a truck, it takes vehicle parts 2, it takes rubber, it takes fuel. So yeah, that's what they are there for. I have also just finished researching. Ooh, we finished some research. Yes, I finished a lot of research. So we are at the point now where we can do research lab 2. Oh wait, that was the one I just finished. I want to start researching trains, but I also want to just make sure that I'm not missing anything that I might need right now, like fertilizer. Maybe vehicle management too. I don't even know what that does for us. Increases the vehicle limit. It's not really important to me right now. Large generator, also not really important. But we do have the chemical plant where we can make paper, and we finished glass making. So I could pretty much, I need to finish all of this before I can go on to research lab 2. So yeah, let me queue all of this stuff up. We'll start with the trains and the long trains and the stacker tower, which I think might be useful. Copper refinement 2. Oh yes, that's going to use acid, which is made with sulfur, conveniently. The compactor, which will take recyclables and compact them. It'll also take scrap and compact it so that you are having to push less through on a belt. And then there's the shredder, which does the opposite. So we'll add that to the queue. Amphibious vehicles. Yes, we have amphibious vehicles now. Bridges, fireless steam locomotive. Oh, and I should probably get going on the wheat farming. Yeah, let's do that, which will allow us to do organic fertilizer and corn farming. So we've got a long queue, and I think to speed that up, maybe I have enough to build that and that. We'll have 3 running. I think I've set this up well enough to accommodate 3 research labs. I've also been slowly building the roads, and I've got bridges to save on the trucks. As you can see, they are not busy. They are stable now. I have brought belts to carry the high use items underneath the bridge to this area and feed them down to our maintenance. So that's automated. And then belts bringing the iron ore right the way across and feeding the iron ore into the bins at the iron production and the steel production. And look at these. I've never used these before. They have the conveyor lifts and they really look very, very cool. Anyway, everything is stable, except obviously the concrete, because I'm using it from time to time for the roads. So I just do little bits at a time. But let's start sorting out some sulfur. So we're going to need to unpause this. We have no sulfur in the boat, but now that we've unpaused this, I can put a little storage box. So loose storage, we'll plug that in over there, and I'll just use Unity because I have an abundance of it, and we'll get that built. And the ship is off. I haven't really decided where I'm going to build this yet, but I'm thinking we're going to need some seawater because that we need for the salt production so we can make glass. And this feels like a fairly good area for it. Eventually I will be moving our dock over to this area, which is a better piece of the coastline. Then I can square this up or bring it out or whatever. But let's see how we're going to do all of this. Because I have unlocked the gas boilers. And I want to stop burning this firstly. The heavy oil, there's really not that much use for it. So if we right click on it, we can use it in gas boilers. 36 to make 48 steam. And there's a bit of exhaust. Now 48 steam I think would be enough to drive all 4 of these. So what I may do here, we'll get to the transports. We'll go fluid transport. We're going to put a pipe balancer in. I think I'm going to put it over here. So let's remove a couple of belts over there, or a couple of pipes, and then put a pipe balancer in right over here. That should be good. And we'll get that built immediately. And then we can go over to the power production. We can head up to gas boiler. We'll turn that. Let's go and see. Okay, this is going to produce CO2. That, no, it doesn't in this process. It's going to have to go that way. We're going to have to have water coming in, so we'll flip that. The water is already on this side. And I'm going to squeeze this in over there. And then we're going to have a pipe come in from there into there. And that will be the priority input. So it will use this steam before it starts using this steam. Yeah, let's get this slot built very quickly. Now, water. Oh, another thing that you need to remember, don't mix these waste lines. They don't work if they're mixed. I had a lot of trouble. I thought, dumping them all into one pipe would be great. But yeah, one of them stops working and then it causes problems. So yeah, have them on separate lines. Anyway, we have water up here, so let's grab a pipe and we'll bring this one from there and we'll get it up to the same height so that can go to there and then drop in. Okay, so that's our water connected, and then I'm going to bring a pipe from this balancer. We're going to bring it around to there, and then we will make this one the priority out. No, we won't. Yeah, no, that's fine. It won't be the priority, but it'll be more of a priority than the one that goes to the stack. So yeah, let's do that. So we have 2 priority outs at the moment. So the heavy oil is being made at a rate of 12, and 12, that's 24. This needs 36, so we're not quite making enough. That's fine. And then we do this pipe, and that is the water connected. And that should stop this flare stack from burning any of the heavy oil. And that should also stop this boiler from burning coal, which will save us coal. Oh, and of course I do need a stack. Yeah, that should be fine. And we'll just plug that in there, and that's just going to exhaust a bit of pollution, which is far better than the pollution we were getting out of here and out of the flare stack. So let's build that quickly. Is that the right thing? Yeah, it's just regular exhaust. So that should improve health a bit. Actually, health is slightly improved already. Not sure why. But we do have a lot of food. And everything is stable. Yep, everything is looking good. Copper is on the down because of something. Yeah, I must have used something that's causing that to build. Concrete, not really worried about. Oh, these things, you can drag them. Thank you very much to the person in the comments who mentioned that. I was not aware that you could drag these and reorder them. But you can. So it's easier to find what you're looking for. Anyway, there you go. That's a bit of pollution sorted out. The next thing I want to do is address some of the sour water. Now for that, if you go in here and right click, sour water is produced in distillation phase 1, which is what we're doing now, but can be used in a sour water stripper to create some sulfur. So that's handy. But it also produces ammonia, which we will have to deal with. It produces a little bit of extra steam as well. Oh no, it uses a little bit of extra steam. So if we have a look at this stage over here, this is producing 18 sour water, so we've got 2 of them, it's producing 36. We're also producing medium oil at a rate of 48, and that is going into stage 2. But the important thing, this is using 6 steam for stage 1. Stage 2 uses 3, so that's 9. In total, these 4 machines here are using 18. We are getting 48 in. Obviously, I've planned ahead a little bit. But we do have the opportunity to use a little bit of extra steam for sorting out this, because we only need 3. And that'll take care of 36 sour water. Right now, we are producing exactly 36. So we need 1 cracking machine, and that needs a little bit of our steam that we're producing, which I'm going to have to connect into this line and route back around this way to go into that cracking machine. So yeah, we're going to do that because I want this tank emptied and I want to stop polluting the ocean with this sour water. It's really bad. But I also want to get some sulfur and some ammonia because we'll be doing something with ammonia later. All right, so if we go into crude oil refining, distillation, cracking sour water stripper, that's the one I want. And then I'm going to flip this so that the water comes at that side. Hold on, the steam is needed on that side. All right, I'm going to flip it back. We need to get the steam in on this side, and we also need to get the sour water on that side. Maybe I will flip it. Or we can do it like this. It's not very space saving, but it will work. So if I put this line up like that, that gives me enough space to bring a pipe of steam through. All right, that's cool. That'll work. And then I'm going to have to feed the water out. So a pipe to get rid of the water, and I'm immediately going to bring it up to a higher level. Oh, you know what? I might have a bit of a problem because I do want to get rid of this water, but there's so much other water coming in, which I'd prefer to save. So if I plug it in here and I change this, let's see if I can get a pipe balancer at a very high level. So we'll demolish that, and we're going to pipe balancer. It wants to put it on the ground. Can I elevate a pipe balancer? Apparently I can. Cool. And I should probably just get this built. Cool. And then the water out will be, let's see, is that right? Yeah, that works. And it's out of the way. All right, not the neatest, but I think I could probably find something to put in there. And we're going to need the sour water. Go back to ground level. Put the sour water in there. And then find a way to squeeze some of this steam out of out of here. We'll bring it through along the ground to there, and then we're going to need to elevate it. Now I don't want it to snap, I want it to come through to that height is no, I don't know. Stop snapping. Go on, press R to stop snapping. Go down so it's level right there. Put R again so that it snaps again, and then drop that in there. Right, that's the steam line. Boy, it doesn't look very nice, but that's okay. Let's build that line. That is our first point of attack, and then that line. And then this needs to be built, and we can hop in here and make sure the recipe is set. Yep, we've got the two inputs, sour water and steam. Now we have to set up the outputs for that. So first thing will be a storage bucket for loose, and I can put that one, this will be for the sulfur. I'm going to put that over here, and then I need a fluid storage for the ammonia. Put that in over there. We'll pipe that across to there, and then loose belt. These filters are really nice, so this conveyor can just bring it around. Take snapping off first, put that there, and then snapping back on, put that in there. So without having to go out into the wild to fetch sulfur, we have a backup. So that is fine. This will be the sulfur that we need, because we're going to be producing 9 sulfur, and the recipe for the sulfur set recipes. Oh, wait, where is that? There it is. It only uses 3, so I could set up 2, although it would use too much diesel. So we'll just set up 1. We have extra sulfur available, and we can get all of that built. Now let's go and see what we can do with ammonia. Ammonia and oxygen can make fertilizer 1. That's very nice. We could use organic fertilizer with ammonia and oxygen to make a whole bunch more fertilizer 1. So we can get fertilizer started. Anyway, we are producing right now. And that does mean that I can take this down. I don't need this anymore. I don't know where all of this stuff is going to get stored when I break this down, but it is in the wrong place. So let's have a look. We are fine right now on rubber. So we're going to remove all of this. We will not need this waste out anymore, so that will improve things for us. This one is set to deconstruct, and that's going to take a little while to happen. In fact, this one needs to go as well. Yeah, we'll demolish that and everything associated with it. And while that's happening, we are going to need to do something else with this light oil, but I haven't quite got to distillation 3 yet. This is causing a lot of pollution. Oh, and these stacks, they only handle 36 light oil per minute. We are producing 36 from each of these, or 30 rather. So these 2 need to go into separate stacks to burn. And then because they were going into one pipe, I needed to upgrade the pipe to level 2 pipe. Otherwise, there wouldn't have been enough capacity to empty both of those, and everything would have backed up and stopped. And that reminds me, someone else in the comments also mentioned that about my water wells. I had to upgrade the pipes over here because these each produce 48 water. Level 1 pipes only transport 60. The level 2 pipes transport 200. So putting in the level 2 pipe over here, that has made sure that I have full throughput. And we are still good. Trains has been unlocked. Nice. Alright, things are emptying out over here. I'm going to export at a higher priority for this one and for this one, just so that they get emptied quickly and clear the space. And I can get rid of a little bit more of this belt, and I can actually get rid of this whole belt for now. Don't know if I'm going to need to rebuild it at some point, but we don't need that waste pipe at all, so I'm going to take that out as well. And I'm missing this water pipe, the water output pipe. And then I just need to hop in here and go, this is the priority in. So it uses this water before it uses our main supply. Oh yeah, I did move this pipe. And right now, we are using quite a lot of water, so I should upgrade this pipe. In fact, I should upgrade this one as well. Yep. So let's do that from there. So that'll do that whole line, and then upgrade this one as well. And I'm not going to rush it, I'm just going to let that happen. We're doing okay at the moment. Right, now we have to start working on the glass production. Because what we have here, we can't just keep using our red construction parts. We don't have any glass in here, so what the heck. I have been doing upgrades on all the trucks, which means that and the excavators. That means we don't need as many, so this is down to 2 excavators, and everything here is working surprisingly well. And even the soil is being taken out of these buckets, so I don't have that soil problem anymore. Got lots of coal, everything is working good. I do need to go and get a little bit more glass before we carry on, so let's do 2 of those. But we need to start producing our own glass. So I'm going to head out. I wanted to have a dock around here somewhere. I might move this shipyard over to this side eventually. Make some more space for goodies over here. But I'm thinking maybe this would be a good place for food processing or medicine production or furniture production. I haven't quite figured it out yet, but these farms are going to move. Yeah, have the production of things that are going to be used in the city, close to the city. Kind of makes sense. But I at least need to get started on the salt. So what I might do, I was going to do the seawater pump over here, but I don't think I'm going to do that. So we're going to remove it from there. So we'll get the seawater pump, and it does work over here. I'm going to move it to the side. This might be temporary, maybe. Well, it probably will be, because I'm going to move this dock and expand this coastline out a little. But for now, this is fine. Then if we hop in here, set the recipe. I could get a whole bunch, but I think 108 seawater for now is fine, so we'll select that one. Now, from the seawater, if we put it into an evaporation pond, a heated evaporation pond, 96 will give us 6 salt. Or we could go with brine. Yeah, I don't know if I want to go with brine. Not yet. We don't need the brine because the brine is for, well, I suppose that can make more salt. So 96 brine. Hang on a sec. Yeah, that's not going to work. Yeah, for this initial setup, we just need salt. So I'm going to use the evaporation pond just to make the salt. Brine is good because we can eventually get back to that and make chlorine, which is useful for something. So, evaporation pond, and we want the heated version. Oh, hang on, let's get rid of this. I've set the recipe now. We want the heated version, and we can just pop that in right there. Very simple. I could... oh, wait, actually, that's wrong. I need to line that up. And I'm going to leave a little bit of space for a pipe in case I need to feed off this for some reason. But I think I can build it and build that. And this one is going to need a recipe as well, and it will be seawater into salt. And that's the one. Good, that's being built now. I will need a water pipe. So transports, fluid, pipe. I'll take that into there. Get that built. So this is going to produce 108 seawater. This is going to use 96 of that. And that is going to put out salt, which is a loose product. So grab ourselves a storage and give that a little bit of space as well. Go to the transports, go to loose and U-shape into there and build that. There we go. Now health has gone down again. Why is health low? What is the biggest problem? Looks like air pollution and water pollution is a big issue. But hopefully with my setup, with my setup over here, it won't be pushing out as much of the, yeah, there we go. This tank is now running empty. So that should improve. Now, it does take a bit of time to improve, but at least we're not pushing any of this sour water into the ocean. And this area is almost cleaned out. They've just got to get rid of that rubber, but we'll sort that out with a new storage for rubber somewhere over here. Get a rubber maker in. Oh, we have chemical plants unlocked. I must go and have a look at those. All right. That means that we can do our rubber maker over here. Cool. We'll set this recipe to this one. With sulfur, it takes 3 sulfur, it takes 12 diesel. It's a little bit more diesel than was being used on the other recipe, but the output is much bigger. And we don't have any wastewater to worry about. So that's the one we're doing. Good. And I'm going to rush build that. Grab the U-shaped conveyor, drop that into there. I think I should remove this diesel pipe and elevate it. Yeah, otherwise it's going to start blocking things. So get rid of that. Get a pipe in over here. Come on, remove yourself. Now that that pipe is gone, we can bring this out to there. Elevate it all the way up to there. Bring that around and bring it straight through to there and drop it in. Cool, quick build. Awesome. Now, the only output that I have to worry about is the rubber, and this box is just a little bit in the wrong place. I would have preferred to have the rubber box next to this, but, yeah, it was bad placement. Anyway, we'll get a bigger storage for this one now, and we can just literally plug it in, just like that, and build it, because that is a permanent rubber facility. And what I will do with this is I will allow trucks to import. Yep, it is set for trucks to be able to import. So hopefully they'll move all the stuff from here over to here. Let's see, we've got a couple of trucks arriving. And there we go. It's offloading these. So this will be emptied shortly. Nice. And while I'm here and remembering, I want to upgrade. Yeah, this, we should actually select that so that it is always loose storage 2 from now on. But I want to upgrade this bucket over here and let that just happen. I'm not in a rush for it. And then when we need more sulfur, there's more sulfur over here. We will need it soon because we're going to improve our steel production over on this side because there is a different recipe, which I haven't unlocked yet because these can be upgraded, I think. The cooled caster, which one is? It's one of these. Yeah, I think it's the one that takes the water. I think it's the cooled casters. If you upgrade them and you use acid, the production is improved a lot. But that does mean we need a lot of sulfur. Anyway, that's fine. So we have solved a bit of the pollution. I am a bit concerned as to why I have stuff coming out of this line. Hang on a sec. Have I set the... Oh, wait, that's not right. I had the waste as a priority out. Definitely not what I wanted to do. All right, that will fix the pollution. And it will make sure that we have enough sour water to feed through. Cool. These are all working. Diesel is taking strain. Why is diesel taking strain? We have oil. We have lots of oil. Well, I suppose it's just being used. We're not struggling on diesel. I see it is dropping off a bit, but hopefully that sorts itself out. We got lots of food. Wow. And we have 51 people available. And this box is just about done. Oh, I know why the diesel was dropping, because we were doing vehicle upgrades. Yeah, they do take a lot of diesel. Anyway, let's have a look at our little crew over here. These guys literally move mountains. It's amazing. And it's so fast. Whereas the small excavators, I think they only picked up 6. These pick up 20 in one scoop. And the trucks carry 60 as opposed to 20 on the little pickups. Alright, concrete, I am not going to bother upgrading yet. I think I'm doing okay. I'm not really worried about it. I just need to be very careful when I do the roads, because every time I do a bit of road, it basically sucks up all the concrete. And I'm doing small sections at a time, but I still need concrete for construction parts 1, which are needed for construction parts 2, and then construction part 3. So yeah, we got to watch out for that. There's also a recipe for the mechanical parts that I should switch over to at some point. But now I'm using iron for so much. I should be able to maybe fit another box in here, bring some steel in here, because we can switch the recipes on these. Actually, it won't be on these. It'll be on assembler 2s. Yeah, where we can bring steel in and have a much better recipe for making the mechanical parts. Let's go and see how things are going up top. Yep, this guy's doing pretty well. Yeah, let's just have a look at where we're going. Yep, doing good. It's more dumping over here. Let's get this up to level, up to about there. I should have brought more of this retaining wall in. Maybe I can still. Just need to bring it up to the height. They only extend 5 meters. That is the right height, yep. And then, yeah, you see. Now I can't put it in because... Oh, wait, hang on. Now we have to drop this. Yep, there. And if we drop a couple of them, that should sort out the problem. Oh, that one's dropping now because the ground level is lower. And we'll pop those in. Cool, that's going to use concrete, which I don't have much of, so we'll wait for those to happen. And then I can come back later and cut this off. Then I'm going to need to level an area over here, sort of on this level, so that we can put a retaining wall up there. That's fine, we'll get to that. Anyway, this ramp up here is finished, so that gives a shorter route for trucks to get up top. And I need to carry on doing upgrades. Let's see how our diesel is looking. Yeah, it's still hovering. And we are using some of it for the road. Oh dear, I forgot to build a belt. So let's quickly get that one done. Then the trucks don't need to travel just to take something from there to there. Right, and there goes the sulfur. Perfect. Oh, we haven't done any exploring. So let's hop out to the map and see what is the closest. Right now, it's either those two or these two. Let's go and explore this one. Oh, also, while I was on the map, I found the ship bridge. I think it was something that I needed in research. Yeah, there's the ship bridge. And I have everything I need. Oh, what the heck? Let's add that to the queue. And maybe I can upgrade my research labs. But then I'm going to run into a problem. Right now, the recyclables are an optional output. So if that fills up, it doesn't matter. But if I go up to the next level, I don't think they're optional anymore. I don't know. I can always downgrade. So let's try and let's do this. And we'll just use Unity. Oh, insufficient material. Oh, right. I do need to start making the next level in order to be able to build this. So we will not be doing that immediately. Let's have a look at what we need. Set the recipe. Okay, this is going to need to be upgraded. Let's upgrade this one. And quick upgrade. Right. Set the recipe. Do we have... No, we don't. We're going to need to upgrade it again. So upgrade it again to assembly 3. Now, I hope they've changed this because previously it used the research level 1 for particular items and then research level 2 for other items. And you'd have to wait until everything is finished and then clear belts and all of that before you could do this. Anyway, can I do this instance upgrade? Yeah, let's do that quickly. Oh wait, that was already upgraded. Let's turn that off. We don't want to boost this. Yeah, you can use your Unity to boost buildings. Right, now set recipe, and where is it? There it is. So, we need paper and glass. Aha. Let's continue with the glass build. Now, I think I have a basic glass blueprint, maybe? Yeah, there's the early glass. I'll place that. It's quite elaborate. And it's really not going to make a heck of a lot of glass. And there are a lot of inputs for it. Alright, where would I like to put this? I don't know. But maybe somewhere around here. The output will be on that side. Inputs over on the right. This is going to be temporary. Maybe I'll... I think maybe I might have set this up to be able to expand. But I have the salt now, and I know that salt is one of the things that you need. So, let's see. Where is our road going to be here? A little road up top like that. So, if I put it there, I might block the expansion of the copper. Yeah, not necessarily a good idea. Not too many options. Let's see if I can just whack it down over here. This is pretty central. And if I flip that, yeah, that could work. Let's do it over there. There's a lot in this. So these are obviously the inputs. Over here we need... Oh, we need acid. What are we making here? This is... Oh dear, okay, so I need to get an acid setup going. And the best place to do that would be somewhere over here near the sulfur and water. And we make acid in a mixer. Oh, I have a battle going on. Let's go and have a look. 1600 versus 1500. We should take them out pretty easily. We'll take damage, but yeah. As you can see, we are giving them a flippin' hiding. Alright, one ship is almost done. The other ships have their guns, well, they had them at full strength. That one is going down. And we're almost there. One ship's dead. Other ship is finished. There we go, we won. Nice. So where was that? That was out here, and that gave us access to a quartz mine. Ooh. Now, I could start the repairs on that. Yeah, I'm not going to, though. Not yet. Alright, back to where I was. I need a mixer. That's the mixer. That takes water and sulfur to make the acid. And we have water. If we flip this and rotate, water is right. Oh, that's the acid output. Right. Oh, I need to flip it back. So sulfur can come in here. Water. Oh wait, that's not the output. That's the input. Let's flip it again. Okay, so the water can come in over there. I bring this all the way up to here. I don't have any other plans. Put that in right there. And I'm going to have to move a couple of belts around because this recipe over here... Oh, am I out of planning mode? Let's put that back on, otherwise it'll be problems. This is the recipe I want. That is 6 sulfur. Aha. We are only producing... We're producing 9. Well, that's pretty convenient because this is using 3. Fabulous. Let's remove that piece of belt over there. And while that's being broken down, we go to fluid. We can get the water pipe from there and straight into there. Now we can go back to the loose U-shaped conveyor. This will bring this around to there, and then I can route that into there and get all of that built, and that pipe as well, and a bit of storage, and that can go over there. Finally, a piece of pipe to put the acid into there and build. So let's go and see the water. Ooh, the water. Oh, I took it from the wrong place. Yeah, I did. I took it from the wrong line. Oh, pity. That worked so nicely. We'll have to get rid of that, and then the pipe can come through from here, and we will elevate it to go just underneath this one, and that needs to move. Come on, move now. Alright, well, we'll get it started. Let's use our Unity to get rid of that, and then we can drag this pipe down to there and build all of that. Good. So now we are producing acid. 36 acid. Very good. So now we can come back over to this facility which is built. It's sand, which we have, limestone, which we have, salt, which we have, not in great abundance, but we are filling it up and more is coming in. Then the acid, perfect. And that will be mixed and dropped into here, which is our glass mix that comes out of the mixer. So once that is all working, what are we missing? Oh yeah, just the acid. And then this is, oh, this is an extra one in case we find scrap glass. And this is slag. All right. All right, what am I missing? Why is this not working yet? This will need to be set to glass, molten glass. We'll give both of these recipes. Now we're just waiting for the acid to arrive. How are we doing? Anything going on? Yes, we have acid. Good. That's filling up. Wow, these guys are really going nuts. Let's see. How are we doing? So the leveling, yeah, that's gone pretty well. They've still got a chunk to do out here. I think I'll leave them to do that before I extend over this way. Yep, seems like the right thing to do. Are we keeping this empty? Yes, we are. Yep, acid is going out, which means that we should be getting acid in here. No, not yet. Is it on its way? I see a truck coming. Yep, a tanker truck is on its way, and it is red. So there's our first acid delivery. Awesome, acid is in. And the mixing has started, which means we should be getting the glass mix out. We are still missing stuff. Let's just have a look at the recipes here. Coal. Coal is full. So we do actually have everything we need. Here's the glass mix. It is going into the furnace. The coal is already there. The furnace is getting the glass mix. Awesome. That should start up shortly. There we go. It has started. And we should see the first molten glass start coming out. There it is. Wonderful. So that'll go through to this machine, which is the glass maker. And just the molten glass will give us... Oh, it'll also give us broken glass as well as glass. Oh, actually, then there's... where's the... Oh, I see. I've already set this up. Hang on. The broken glass should go to here, but it's not. It's going into the slag line. That is not correct. So let's break this belt over here before anything bad happens. This is definitely slag. This is where the broken... Yeah, that's where the broken glass goes. That means I'm going to need to bring a belt from here out and around and drop it in there. Oh, you know what I can do? It is a loose connector, loose U-shape. F to change direction. Rotate it. Put it like that. And then get this loose belt. I think I want to break... Yeah, I want to remove that last piece over there. And then build this one up a level. And that can come out and around. Where's that lift I just put in? That's weird. Did I not commit it or something? Maybe not. Alright, let's try that again. That goes straight into there. That looks fine. Let's build everything. Okay, so the beauty of the broken glass thing is it doesn't produce slag. Perfect. Oh, look at that. We're getting glass. And there's a piece of the glass coming out. It's being cut. Those are all cut up and they are going through into our storage. Perfect. Now I can come over here and say, I want to monitor glass. So scroll down, it's in alphabetical order, pin, and glass is over there now. Now glass is quite important, so I'm going to bring that up to around about where the rubber is. Yeah, there. Perfect. Glass. Everybody, we're making our own glass. Now it's using 6 salt. How much salt am I making? Let's have a look at that. Yeah, we're making 6. So yeah, we're balanced. It's fine. That's the one thing about this game that's really, really good is the balancing. And health has improved. That is because air pollution and water pollution are down. Fantastic. Alright, I think I'm going to start upgrading my town. I could build more out, but I think I'm going to upgrade. So let's do that upgrade. That'll take it from, I think it was 80 to 140 people in that area. But it also gives them more comfort, I think. So yeah, that's sorted out, and I'm going to need to watch this because eventually I'm going to need another water facility. And also check power. Power's fine. Yeah, we've got enough power. Might have to start looking at other power options, but for now we're okay. We are spinning 3 of the 4 turbines, so we've got a bit of capacity. Anyway, right now we are just sending steam up into the atmosphere, and we are producing low pressure steam, 24, total of 48, but we have options. So if we go to the water setup, there's a cooling tower. Cooling tower takes in 24 and puts out 12. So this might be slightly in the way. No, it's not. That's fine. We'll rotate that. We are going to put a cooling tower over there and a cooling tower over here, and we'll get those built. We're just saving a lot on, we're going to be just saving a lot on water. So we're basically recovering half the water that we're putting in. That means there's a bit of extra infrastructure that is needed. And that does mean that I need to remove some belts and risk losing power completely. Hopefully not. But we're going to need a pipe balancer. So we'll grab the pipe balancer and we'll put it in over there. Oh, that didn't connect. Why did that not connect? Oh, right. We can't just plug a pipe balancer into an output or an input. We actually need to have a pipe. And then we can take this pipe and bring it over and drop it into there. And very quickly build all of these things. Oh, no, not that. Okay. And that will continue our power production, otherwise it stops. Okay, now these 2 are built. Well, one of them is. So we'll grab a pipe, pull it out of here, and throw it in there. And get that pipe built immediately. And then we're going to go into the pipe balancer and we're going to go, this is our priority in. So it uses the water from these before it uses the water from the tank, thereby halving the water that we need. And the thing that's holding us up now is the concrete. Man, okay, let's do this. We need to unpause a bunch of things. So we will get another one of these underway. In fact, there's no reason not to get the whole facility going. Yeah, what the hell, we'll do it. That means building all of this and getting these last 2 going as well. That will double our concrete production. As long as I haven't missed anything. I did miss something, but it's okay. I caught it. Concrete mixer needs a recipe, and oh gosh, we're out of people. Can you believe it? Well, this has been upgraded, and I think my edict is on for population growth. So those 2 will come soon, but that's fine. We can always go to a village and adopt 10 people. Wait a minute, did I adopt 10 people? Yep, I did. So now we can hop in here, set the recipe. You know, honestly, it's just these. We're not manufacturing sand yet, so that's not an option. Right, that is all working. Pretty good. Right, so this is our little settlement. Everything here is working fine. We have acid, we have rubber galore. Yeah, we dropped a lot of construction parts in our building. So this has been upgraded for the research now. So let's go and have a look at that. Set that recipe to this one. That means that we need steel and glass. Is that right? Yep. So now that we're making glass, we can set that. This one will be, I think I'll put steel here. Oh, I hope vehicles are able to get in there. And then glass. So there. Let's build those and hopefully everything gets into the storage. Right, we are researching copper refinement at the moment. Yeah, there's still quite a lot to do over here before I can move on. There's housing 3 already. Household goods, recycling, edicts, settlement recycling. Yeah, we'll get to that. Advanced smelting will be good. Then we can do upgrades. Thermal desalination. I need to get that. And power generation 3. And then, of course, there are pipes 3 coming along, and those are great. That throughput is 450. So, once again, more than double what the other throughput was. I think that's 450. Yep, we will get there, though. I want to start producing some of the research, too, so I can do this upgrade. Oh, and I set the wrong recipe here. Oh, my gosh. It's this one. And this needs paper. Oh, wait, this is not glass. Okay, well, fortunately, nothing came in. There's paper. I'm going to need to produce paper. So let's go and have a look at what that is. So we need a chemical plant with wood chips, limestone, and steam. Chemical plant, wood chips. How are wood chips made? In a shredder. And apparently I do have a shredder. Right. And wood chips can actually be used in a boiler with water. And it does pretty well. And it's cheaper than coal. Ooh. Alright, well, we're going to be making some wood chips. And I think that is how I had my setup over here. Let's go and see if we can find the shredder. Oh, we have biomass collection for the settlement. Okay. Alright, so it's under forestry. There is the shredder. How was this working before? Something like that. Ah, okay. But that's fine. We don't need it for here right now. It's still going to be better than dragging coal over here. Anyway, paper. Paper is what we need to focus on. So we need a paper plant. And I don't believe I have a blueprint for that. Oh, wait, I do. Oh, look at that. Pretty expensive to build. Sweet. Alright, well, there's a paper plant. Where do I put the paper plant? Right over here. Yeah, that could work. It has inputs on, yeah, the lower side. Yeah, I'm just checking this out. There's a chemical plant, the wood. Alright, I think this is probably the right direction. And if I have it over here, it's not going to really be in the way of anything. And it's not a very big facility either, so let's drop it over there. Alright, this is where the wood is coming in. That's where the paper is coming out. Ah, maybe not the best place. No, I'm sure it's fine. I think maybe this could have been better set up. I think I'll do a little adjustment over here. So we'll demolish this up to there. And then have our storage right over there. And then I think that's a flat conveyor to bring the paper out. Put that in there. That way I can bring the wood in and then I can bring the paper over the top if I need to. But I'm thinking this will probably need to be elevated. So flat lift over here. We'll rotate that and bring it up. That's already at level 2. 3, 4, 5. And build that. Now, have I left enough space? Looks like I have. So this will feed wood in there. 3, 4, 5. Why is that not letting me... Oh, I've got it the wrong way around. Alright, you have to click it first and then elevate it. I think that is right. The flat conveyor can come over from there and plug into there. Look at that. And that will be our paper storage and the trucks can get there. We need water for this process because there is steam required. Wait, hold on. Where's the steam coming from? No, it makes steam. Oh, it makes steam. Alright, which we will be exhausting. So this is the boiler. Alright, that's fine. And we're using the wood chips to make the steam. We're also using the wood chips. Alright, let's just build this and see how it works. Get all of this built. And there it is. The wood is coming across now. And we are short of people again. Let's go and see if we can get a couple more. How are we doing over here? Yep, dropped 10. Thank you. And back across to our little paper facility. The paper mill. Alright, so wood is coming in here. It's going into the shredder. The shredder is taking 24 wood, making 24 wood chips. The wood chips are going into this storage, which feeds out in 2 directions evenly. The chemical plant needs the steam, but not that much, so we have excess steam that we can use for something else. Limestone needs to come in here, and it hasn't arrived yet. Water needs to come in here. Oh, hold on. Our mind control tower has No designations. Where are you? Oh, gosh, we are doing so well with coal. A little bit too well. So we need to do some more mining. Let's see. Okay, we are going to be digging into this area a little further. Otherwise, we will run out of coal. It looks like we have run out of coal. Wow, that was fast. We still have coal in the machines though. Good. Alright, back out to our little paper facility. Limestone has arrived. Wood chips are feeding. Water is in. Boiler's working. It's providing the steam. Back over here, we have everything and we are now making paper. And we have another mine control tower that I need to go and have a look at. But there you go. There's our first paper. Excellent. That means that over here, we will hopefully be receiving paper. Now it worries me because we haven't. Oh, right. This needs to be kept full. That's why there's nothing here. Same with that one. Let's hope the trucks can reach. I'm sure they can. All right, let's go and see. Oh, now I don't know which one it was. These guys are working again? They are working again. Really? Is that where I did it? That mine control tower there. It's this one. Oh, I know what I need to do. I need to edit the area. And now we're going to have overlaps. All right, that's fine. I don't mind that overlap happening. But what are you doing? Looks like this guy's dumping and these guys are picking up. Hang on. There's a miscommunication going on here. Oh, right. This can get taken away. We don't need that. In fact, all of the stuff over here can be unassigned. And then I need to edit this control tower's area. Not fond of the overlap. We'll do it down to there and do that up to there. And these guys have progressed really well in flattening this area out. Let's clear some of this because it is done. All right, that's fine. These guys, why are you doing this? You've got coal. Come on, you got coal in your area. Oh, I didn't actually set it for mining. I think I set it for dumping. Pretty silly. Or leveling. Okay, that'll start working. Coal, how are we doing overall on coal? Oh, very badly. All right, well, we'll get that back up again. Okay, over to our research. Oh, yeah, we got steel in. We have paper in. So we can start doing this. Get that belt in, that one in, those in. Okay, I built a belt I didn't want to, but that's okay. These can be done. Right, this is waiting for products. Oh, this is not the right one. Let's just get rid of that recipe. For some reason, I chose the vehicle parts recipe. But that's not what we wanted. Hang on. Paper and glass. Oh, man. This was supposed to be glass. Okay. I'm going to remove that. Now the truck's going to have to come and empty it. Still not quite ready there yet. I see a belt over here that hasn't been done. Get that sorted out. So this is making 12. This one takes 12. Alright, so if I upgrade this, it's going to make 24. This will take 20. This will take 12. We'll have two of them. Two of them will be producing 24 of the research 2s. And now I just have to wait for this to get emptied out. It is being emptied. And then I can change it to glass. Our diesel is looking strong, so let's go and redo some vehicles. This one is finished, so I can remove that task. This will be the same. I'll do another, let's do another 5. We're just kind of knocking them out 5 at a time. Vehicle depot 2. I think I'm going to go with the unassigned ones. Yeah, let's do that. There are only 14 left. And that'll get things moving. As you can see, we don't have a problem with our vehicles. They're busy, but they're not overburdened anymore. Concrete's better. Very nice. But that's going to be putting a bit of strain on the limestone. Let's check our mining area here. Ooh, yeah, good thing I checked. We need to carry on mining into this mountain. Good. This one is... Oh, they're almost done. It's good. So we're going to do a bit more. We're going to bring it out to there and actually set some more. And these little bits here can cause problems. So when you're leveling, make sure to level those out as well so that they are removed. All right, so those guys can carry on. This place is starting to look very different. Yeah, these 5 farms are doing well. Oh, and just so that you know, we can store more than one item in the farm storage. So what I've done is potato to green manure to vegetables to green manure, and that is working super well. Fertility is not great, but we're going to bring in fertilizer soon. That'll fix that problem. And I've done that to all of them, which is why we have such a lot of food. Man, it's taking a long time for the steel to get emptied out, but it is getting emptied out. We're almost done. Then I can switch that to glass, and we will be good. Let's see. Coal working again? Yes, coal is working again, but I think maybe it's time. I'm going to need to upgrade another one of these at least. Yeah, let's do another one. Look how nice that is. Little condo blocks of flats. And they get even better than this. These guys have air conditioning. Anyway, we do need more people. How are we doing on population? We can get some more. Let's go and see what we have here. We can adopt 10 from there. And this one has... Oh, we can do another 10. Awesome. So that's 34. Thing is, if we go to the map, for the coal to work, we need 50. So, yeah, I need more people. A lot more. And that's before I even add the coal thing on here, which I should probably start doing anyway. So cargo docks, it'll be a loose module. Should I go with a large one? I'm going to go with a small one because this is all going to change up anyway. Get ourselves the storage, put that in there, and this will take people. So what I will do is I'll get it built, and then I'm going to hop in here and just pause it so that I'm not using people. That's going to take 3 people. So I need 53 people to get a little bit more automated coal. Now I can get coal from other places. There's coal way over here. You can see the coal vein if I do this. There's lots and lots of coal, and I'll probably use that, but not right now. It is a bit far away, but that's what trains are for, and we have unlocked trains, as you can see. Lots of tracks, and I'm going to have to figure out how to use all of this. And the different trains, okay, I'm definitely going to need to figure this one out. Yep, that looks pretty involved. Ah, good. Steel has been emptied. I can switch that to glass and fill it up. Now, I have paused belts. Why do I have paused belts? Oh, right, because this is still feeding the research into here. All right, well, we'll be fine with that. This one here doesn't need to be paused, though. No, that wasn't the one that was paused. Which one is it? The bottom one? Oh, right. Yeah, we do want that one paused. And now I have to clear this belt of all the steel. My goodness. And I'm going to have to request... well, no, I can quick remove. And I'm going to have to do that a couple of times because the belt is in sections. So, yeah, do all of that. And then the glass gets to where it needs to be. And we're getting glass in. All right, good. So we're almost ready to get going on that one. Now, it isn't feeding out, so maybe I will let it happen. So we can unpause that belt. Yep, and there they come. They are being split at the moment, but this will at least get things started because we do need those better research items to be able to do the upgrades on these research labs. And just like that, the glass is basically full. Paper is coming in. How's our little paper facility doing? It is doing fine. We are producing 12 paper per minute. And the research lab needs 4. Brilliant. I do have that edict on that allows population growth, and it is happening. A little slow, but it's happening. We can't adopt any more people at the moment, but we do have capacity for more, and that'll take us to 920. Let's see how our diesel is doing. It's fine. It has dropped a bit because we're doing the vehicle upgrades, but eventually we'll get rid of all of these little pickups because they really aren't as good as the proper trucks. Our power is being used pretty well. We will need to increase our power soon. So I'm probably going to need another one of these set up somewhere. Yeah, the only reason that I'm not building over here is because the ground isn't level and it doesn't allow you to build. So if I wanted to put another one of these, it just tells me the terrain is too high and, well, I could put something in there, I suppose. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I can put these in here or something, or one of them. Anyway, right now we are good. And why exactly are we burning? Wait, this should not be happening. I'm going to pause this. Oh, I see the problem. Oh gosh, that's a big mistake. All right, I better not pause that. I'm going to have to reposition the cooling towers. I didn't realize that the outputs on these turbines were elevated. So I just assumed everything was snapping in, and it's not. And this one's not even connected anyway. Alright, I will fix that between episodes. I'm going to need to move these out by a couple. Alright, well that's a little job to do. In the meantime, we have 4 wells and they're pretty much working full time. And oh, the reserve is keeping up. We've got rain at the moment, but this doesn't seem to be replenishing all the way. Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch that. Yeah, okay, I will keep an eye. We are using more water now because we have more population. And speaking of which, this one, no, we're still fine here. Waste is going, water's coming in, it's all good. And on this one, we actually have 9 of those lab equipments in stock. Now, if I get it up to 12, I don't know if I can. It's telling me not enough space for output. Then I'm going to have to put it into this box, and I will have to fiddle around and play with how that's going to work. Because lab 1s can't take research item 2s. Yeah, I may just end up stopping my production of research. And there's so much research happening. But I will fiddle around with that between episodes and give you feedback on how that works. Maybe what I can do is not upgrade this one. Let's not upgrade that. Because what I can do to keep the research 1 going is take these straight across into here, stop this belt from operating, and then let the lab 2s go from here or something. And then reverse the belt over here. Yeah, I could reverse this belt. That's a nice feature. You can actually toggle the direction of belts. Didn't know about that. I do now. Anyway, good progress was made again. We have our Earthworks crew clearing this area. There's going to be a lot happening in this area. We don't have enough people yet to get the coal mine going, although let's see if we have any people that we can grab. Well, there's another 4, and this will probably be the same. Yeah, another 4 there. Takes us up to 47. Yeah, we need that to be 53 before we can switch the coal on and receive it. Oh, and look at that. We have 53. Just like that, all of a sudden. Right, let's go out to the map and unpause. And now we are mining for coal. Great. Over here, we've only got 10,000. Wait, hang on, is that right? Oh, this is like an infinite mine. This is 10,000 stored product. Does that mean it just keeps mining? Don't know. What was that warning? Building fuel station may collapse due to uneven terrain. No, don't do that. Oops, I'm going to have to move this. So let me pause. We'll get a fuel station. I'm going to keep this in kind of similar area. We'll move it. We're going to expand the steel out eventually, but I want to move this one. I don't know exactly where yet. Somewhere that is not going to get affected by my earthworks. And I should have put a retaining wall in here. I didn't even pick that up. Alright, we'll put it over there. I don't need a big storage tank, but I'll put one in. What the heck? We'll do this. This will be set to diesel. Keep it full. And build this whole thing very, very rapidly. And then I can press play again. Alright, that is underway. Crisis averted. Then over here I can unpause this. No products assigned to cargo. Yes, I am aware this will be coal. Perfect. And then let me unassign this truck first. So we'll take that one off and we'll put the truck in there. Let that go and do its thing. Fill up this and then I can break this down unless it gets broken down automatically. In fact, what I can do is just assign it for breaking down and then the truck will empty the diesel into this one. And then this one had a truck assigned and it's a little truck, but that's the one that goes to feed. I'm going to put a big one in. Yeah, that's the one that goes to feed the excavators. Yeah, no problem. What are you doing? I think we should upgrade you. Don't know what you're doing there, but you'll be upgraded. How are we doing with upgrades? Got a couple more to do. Vehicles, let's go and see general. We have 34 trucks. We still have 26 of the pickups left. And we have 3 small excavators left that need to be upgraded. Yeah, I can't exactly stress how important it is to get these vehicle upgrades as quickly as possible. They are a massive game changer. Right, are we getting coal in here? No, not yet. He hasn't been out, and the reason he hasn't been out is because everything here is full. Oh, also, we haven't got enough to justify him venturing out yet. Alright, that's fine. This is all working. Yeah, another thing I forgot to do here was to set the priority out to this one going into the tank. So there was still a little bit going out, and that could be the reason for the health. Water pollution. Yep, air pollution is pretty bad too. I need to fix that. We'll get there. We'll get there. And we've unlocked the compactor. Not a big deal right now, but it will be. Anyway, that's where I'm going to leave this one. If you like this video, give us a like. If you want to see more, subscribe, hit the bell icon for notifications. Leave me your comments. I appreciate all the interactions. A lot of useful tips in the comments, so if you want to find out any info, just check them out. Got lots of concrete available, so yeah, let's put some more down. And we'll bring this out an extra block, and that out to there. And slowly we'll get the road sorted out. Current research is too advanced for which lab? No, I told it not to do the upgrade. No, it's still the basic. Which current research? Research lab 1. That's still research lab. Oh, that's research lab basic. I did need to increase this one. I think I might have downgraded it or something by mistake. But I'm not sure that I'm going to need all 3 of these. We'll see later on. Yeah, in the next episode, I want to get into this next section. I want to get the advanced smelting so we can smelt faster. I want to get better power generation. Sort out improvements on the ship so we can carry on venturing out. And I have been slacking. I should have ventured a bit more. And I want to get into the better farming. We've got wheat, we've got corn, we've got soybeans. Actually, that should be added to the queue. And I want to get some fertilizing done. We do have fertilizer available. There's a chemical plant. So fertilizer 1, that's where I can use some of the ammonia that I'm currently storing. And we can make some fertilizer. And we actually have everything that we need to already upgrade to fertilizer 2. And that just needs a mixer. So fertilizer 1, limestone and sulfur to make fertilizer 2. I have to get a fertilizer plant set up. So we'll do that. Now in between I'll carry on with the earthworks. Clear this area out so we have place to build more farms. Yep. This one is having a problem because... do we not have any trees to harvest? No, we don't. Alright, well, let's get rid of those. And we'll keep extending this area out. Let them carry on. Because we are actually using wood now. Yep. See, some of these are empty. Good. And we're going to have to start forestry as well. We're going to have to start replanting trees. We still have lots to cut down, so that's not really a big problem. But we will have to have an area somewhere that we can plant trees and harvest them. And honestly, I'm thinking that this area here is not bad for that. Because we do need the wood close to this. Anyway, we'll get there. But thank you very much for joining me. And until next time, cheers!